Hello, welcome back to McSushi LiveENODING. In this episode, I just want to talk about this interesting advertisement the other day by Japan McDonald. So you can see this it's kind of like a typography type of advertisement, and supposedly this is like to promote their 500 yen meal product, and the text is repeated 500 times. And I just want to recreate this inside Blender, just for fun. So first of all, we need to know what's the text exactly. So first of all, the way I do it, if it's like Japanese text or any other character in different language, I just zoom into it, and then if it's on the Mac, you can just transcribe it, okay, and then you can just copy that. So there's a exclamation mark as well. So you can copy that, and if you want to know the meaning, of course, you can use AI like Grok or ChatGPT. I use Grok, and the meaning is apparently it's in katakana, burger, side, drinku, medium sized drink, 500 yen or something. Okay, cool. Now, yeah, if I want to repeat the text using Blender geometry nodes, I actually ask Grok as well. I will try to do this in a bit, but for now, if you have text in Blender, right, Shift A, create text, and you go to tab and then copy paste the text, and you can of course just use array modifier and repeat 500 times, because we want to exactly repeat this 500 times. You can add a little bit of offset, and this one, you want to repeat it in the Y directions, so 500 times. So this is a quick way to do it. You will have exactly 500 times. What if you want to do it using geometry nodes? Okay, in geometry nodes, I have the setup here already, but let's do it the hard way from scratch. Save this as text 500. Shift A, create a mesh cube. Just to start with, you can use cube, or yeah, I think use the cube, and then geometry nodes. And this is geometry. We want to repeat text. The text will come as string object. Paste it, and let's put exclamation mark. And if you want to convert this, I believe just string to curve goes there. So we get our text. We can fill the curve with triangle or n-gon, up to you. And we can repeat this as instance 500 times. You can use instance on points and then, grid it. This is one way to do it. Create a grid mesh points. This is the instance, and that's the instance. And this is the second way we can do it. 500, and just repeat it. So this is if you are using instance. But what if you want to have some kind of, the whole thing needs to be a string? The one that's recommended by Grok, geometry node setup, insert string nodes, Shift A, use loop to repeat the string, repeat zones. Okay, using repeat zone, that's the interesting part. So we can apparently do that now. There are many ways to do loop in geometry nodes. Repeat, that's one way to do it if we want to use geometry. However, in this case, we want to repeat this as a string. So how do we do that? Apparently it's as simple as plug this into the repeat. So we get the string input and the string output. So the output's gonna go up here. So first of all, in order to make it simpler, I will write hello, right? And then inside here, I want to combine string. String join, there are few string nodes related. There's a value to string, replace string, find in string, string length, slice. We don't have everything, but we have some. So we can combine these two strings with the delimiter. We can say X, for example, and then just plug this into the string, and the output can go there. Now we have X, hello, exclamation mark, hello. If we replace this with a aloha, you can see we have aloha and X hello. It's only one-time iterations. We can do it multiple times. Now you can see aloha is the first one, and then the next one iterate 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this got repeated by the array. So this is kind of interesting, right? So we don't actually need to instance in this case. We just gonna use that. So we have aloha, hello, hello, hello. We can plug in this Mac one, and then of course this goes into that guy. We don't need this anymore. Just for example. So inside the repeat, we're gonna repeat how many times? 500 times, right? Whatever we put here, that's gonna be the string, and the string we can use text box. I believe the text box can actually separate it. Ah, okay. So that's the main idea. So we have like a text box functions inside geometry nodes, and we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times, we need to repeat this 499 because the first one already being created. So now we have this text. Just like I say, it's just for fun, I know, but just remember there's always many ways to do this. You can also use Python, maybe. Let's do set material. And I believe should be white color. Material 1. Oh, okay, the strings. Okay, background should be any color you like. So we have this poster being recreated. Of course, you can always use app like Adobe Illustrator, but I think it's kind of interesting idea, and maybe you can turn this into 3D if you want to. If we make this 299 or 199, 99, it's gonna be 100. 100 text being repeated, and I believe we can solidify this. Oh, okay, if we can't, sometimes the output of this need to be realized, maybe, and then so you can solidify this after the fact. Okay, now we have the 3D version of this advertisement. Probably you can also extrude this for fun. If you don't want to use solidify, extrude this yourself. Can we use random value for the offset? Maybe. Okay. And with the text, now it's because of the strength of the emission set to 1. Maybe just use light, sunlight, and put like a plane for the shadow. Now we have this kind of text. If you want this to be orthographic, no perspective, you can have this as some kind of poster or something. So it doesn't need to be the McDonald's advertisement. You can always write this blend, and then inside, yeah, okay, it's got a different height, and then all kind of things that maybe you can adjust the text box so the text will change accordingly, and randomize the seed. The sunlight, you can change the sun. Okay, so it's a blend, random blend text, and you can maybe print this into a t-shirt or something. It looks kind of nice. It's not in Uniqlo yet, but maybe one day. Okay, cool. Okay, so that's just an example. If you really want, you can use the text string in Blender text editor, create new Python. Okay, how do we do this? Grok. Using Blender Python, I want to print text 100 times. Blender Python error for in range. Okay, copy, blah blah blah, print text. The output of this, however, will go into Blender print. If I run this, we won't be able to see this because it's you need to run Blender in the text mode. Let me show you very quickly. Show package content, Blender. Yeah, you need to run Blender this way in order to get the text. So this is just another way to repeat text. Oh, of course you have Blender console as well. I forgot. Python console, just paste it. It's gonna print hello Blender 100 times. This one, if you run this, it's gonna print this out 100 times on that text box here, supposedly. Okay, I think it's here. I forgot. Text, run this. It's gonna print this 100 times over there, and then you can copy it, and then you can generate the text. If the text is in here, you can then convert the text into 3D. Blender. Text to 3D objects. One object per line, Okay. Obviously, it's gonna be less efficient compared to the one using geometry nodes. So I just want to show you the example. The one with geometry nodes, you can just replace the text, and then you get different result every time. Blend Hello blend. Hello blend. Okay, hello blend, and then multiple time. Okay, it's gonna be generated multiple time, and then remember this. If you want everything to be the same, this should go in there. The limiter can be space bar, or yeah. If you put a space bar, of course, we're gonna have this ability to control the text box. So we have hello blend being repeated how many times? So okay, the extrusion seems a little bit funky. Oh yeah, I know why. Because the random value goes into the offset. Okay, combine. I was looking at this and then kind of, okay, that looks kind of weird. Okay, how about now? Okay, now this is correct. Kind of correct, but if you look properly, okay, it's some of the text kind of broken. Why is that? Because maybe the fill curve needs to be and go on. But I think that's okay for now. I think you can merge some of the text beforehand, I believe, before you do the fill, in order to remove these separations. But for now, I just want to show you this, and hopefully you find this useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.